Everyone, it's me, Julie O'Connell. I'm just coming on here to say have a great Friday. Life is too short. We've been trying to save for months to go to Marco Island because we hear the shelling is great there. Just wanted to say, everyone that struggles in life, it's not always your fault. I mean, sometimes things happen. Sometimes you might have a medical emergency. You might have stuff that is beyond your foresight. So just know that it's not your fault. There are people out there posting that if you don't have wealth, it is your fault. Things happen for a reason. And the inflation has gotten ridiculous. When you are paying $10.99 for eggs, there's something wrong with that. And the tariffs are not working. They are only creating greed for the people at the top. But at the same time, I am going to get a little bit political here. At the same time, I am in support of what Trump is doing with the SNAP program or the EBT program, trying to get the people that have been living off of EBT, Section 8, Medicaid, that have been doing it for more than 14 years, living off the backs of taxpayers' dollars. They actually do this generationally, and they live off the money that taxpayers put into the system. Not only do they do that, but they pass down Section 8 vouchers from household to household. I don't support this. I've worked really hard throughout my whole life, sometimes working 2 jobs. This I consider not really a job, but I like doing my videos. So please like and subscribe to my channel. But what I want to say is, people who are living paycheck to paycheck, I feel you. There are many ways to save money. We don't necessarily go out to eat. We basically use gift cards to go out to eat. Unless something isn't provided with those gift cards, because sometimes when you use a gift card, it might say you might not be able to have drinks with the gift card. So then we would pay for that. But we don't necessarily go out to eat that much, and when we do, we basically use a gift card. I feel that people who are living beyond their means, they shouldn't. They really should do the research on the cars they are getting. I'm glad I bought in 2017 when I could actually have a physical key to start my car. I don't like these remote start cars because there are people that have been known to hack into them and be able to break into your car. During the pandemic, we saw a lot of theft. I lived in Pike Creek, and I can tell you, I walked outside one day and saw a gentleman's car up on car jack, and they had stolen all 4 of his tires. This is not okay. People work hard for their money. They don't want to be scammed. They don't want to have their money taken from them. Be very mindful of who you, if you accept phone calls, be mindful because some of them are very phishing phone calls to try to scam you out of money. I had one this morning that popped up on my answer machine, and I just said I didn't even answer it. There's been a lot that are happening, and they use ghost phones to do this so that they are not tracked. It's like what happened with the DEC, Delaware Electric Cooperative. There was a gentleman that was posing as a Delaware Electric operative saying that I owed $500 or whatever, and to do Cash App. I don't do Cash App. I don't do PayPal. I don't do Venmo. I don't do any of these things. Just for the very simple reason that your money could be taken in a heartbeat. I also don't use Coinstar because like I said before, Coinstar will rip you off for the amount of money that you are cashing in. I roll my change. That's one way I can save money, and I know it's going into a savings account. I also have a Roth IRA, which I absolutely love. We just started that right when I moved down here to let my money grow, like the money that I put into my 401k when I worked at Windcrest. Things, will get better, but we just have to be strong. We have to support one another, treat each other with kindness. I just heard that a young lady that I used to follow, her name was Michaela Rains, who had a Save the Fox Foundation. She sadly unalived herself. Her husband was the one that found her and started CPR on her. She was bullied online. In the animal care industry, there are many people being unalive because of the hate speech that is thrown their way, saying they're not for the animals, that they don't do what they're supposed to be doing. She had a major TikTok channel. She had a major YouTube channel for her foundation. She also had an Instagram account. This girl started out, and she actually became a wildlife rehabilitator. She went to school for that, and it's sad because her mom was a real wildlife rehabilitator too, as well. But she wanted to promote awareness about the factory farms and the cruelty that happens at factory farms for foxes. We need to be just kind and mindful. I mean, hopefully things will be getting better, but I do approve of Trump getting rid of these lifelong people that are living off of welfare who are not contributing to society. And they need to start contributing to society. I'm sure people have seen it on some of the economic channels that talk about this type stuff. Mama C is one of the biggest ones. She has lived off of welfare for 15 years, off of disability for 15 years, collecting Section 8, cash assistance, and EBT. She was getting $4,400 a month in EBT and SNAP. Why should we have to pay for that? We shouldn't. We shouldn't have to pay for that. And no, you should get off your butt and work. Period. I mean, everyone else has to work. We all do things that we might not necessarily want to do. I mean, I have a job. I mean, sometimes you have to go for a lower job until you can find your dream job. It took me a long time to find my dream job, and when I did find it, I did it for 14 years. It was working with animals at an animal hospital. So it might take you a while to do all that. And I'm sorry if you can hear my clock in the background doing its thing. It can be annoying. But at the same time, I don't live way beyond my means. Yes, I do subscribe to some channels and have supported some channels with memberships. And I do that to help their channel grow too as well. And I support their channels 100%. I do not support the trolls that are in each person's space that treat people unkindly. We can all be kind and just be loving and be mindful of what we are doing on this space. That's why I said on my Facebook post for Michaela Rains, please be mindful of what you are doing on social media. If you are berating somebody over and over again, that takes a mental toll on them. She also suffered mental illness because she was autistic and she had a bipolar personality, and her husband, now has to pass on the task of telling their 6-year-old daughter why her mom isn't coming home anymore. It's very sad. So please be mindful of everything that you are doing on YouTube. For me, when I'm in my groups for the band Europe, I pass on a message of love and kindness every morning when I'm in my Facebook groups for the band Europe. It's just common sense to do so. Yes, hopefully things will get better with this administration. He's working hard to get these tariffs to help pay for things. I find it, horrible that we have people in this country that don't want to work. They want to live above their means and then say that the taxpayers should pay for them. No, we should not. The taxpayers should not have to pay for people that don't want to work. It's about time that Trump is doing what he's doing and making these grown people who are absolutely capable of working to work. Mama C was complaining that her food stamps went down to $38 a month. And she has 6 children. Well, she has 4 different baby daddies, too. So where are they at? Why aren't they providing her with child support? So that's why I don't condone that type of behavior. That type of behavior sets you back lifetime after lifetime. I mean, it sets you back. And when I was growing up, I wasn't well versed with money. But now I do. I make sure I pay my credit cards off every time they come in. I make sure I pay all my debts off. Even if I have to pay a little bit extra to make sure that, some weeks, things are better than others. But we all have to come and make a plan. Make a plan. Do your budgeting. Do budget stuff. And have an emergency fund. Because if you don't have an emergency fund, it's difficult to get repairs done. It's difficult to say you have a car issue. That's difficult to handle too as well. So it's always good to have an emergency fund. I don't have a high yield savings account, but I think eventually I do want to get a Vanguard savings account because they are good. I actually had money in a Vanguard savings account. That's what helped me buy my first condo. And they are good to have because they have a higher yield interest rate that they give you on it. But I just wanted to come on here and say, I hope everyone's having a great Friday. I just wanted to give you my little tips for the future to have a better life for yourself and make it what you want of it. Me and John are, when I saw this house, we knew we had to jump on it right away because we knew it would have been gone. So my sister-in-law and my brother helped me big time to help me buy this house. So, sadly things happen. And so when my mom dies, some of her estate will be going to them to help pay for this house that they helped me purchase, which was wonderful. And I'm forever grateful for that fact. they didn't have to do it, but they wanted all the family together again down here. The year that they proposed, that everybody moved down to the beach, and I said yes. I wanted to jump on it right away. And me and John didn't know if we would qualify for a mortgage or not. But things are, what you make of it and what you put into it. Like, if you work hard, it should pay off for you. Yes, sometimes life is hard and you might only get a minimum wage job. Granted, most states don't have a $15 an hour limit or a $20 an hour limit like California does. But it is good to know that, people are starting to have better things in their life when people can come together and agree to treat each other with kindness. And if you see somebody struggling, say something, help them, even if they say they'll work for food, go out and buy them some food. It doesn't hurt. Buy them something that's non-perishable, like bread and peanut butter and jelly, or something that's not really perishable. Rice and beans, that could help them too. I mean, you don't know their situation. So when I heard about Crystal's family members who had died, it was really heartbreaking because they had no family members on their side, and Donnie was the only one that went to check up on them and helped them out a lot. And it was sad that year that those 5 family members had passed away. It really was. So just be mindful of everything that you're doing on YouTube or on any type of space. I mean, granted, there are trolls out there that do attack one another, especially in the ex-Scientology community. I don't appreciate that at all. That's why I don't support them. And I haven't in a long time even responded to some of the trolls. Well, moderated chats are better. And they don't allow that to go on. I found in some of the people's chats that some of the comments are very vile. And this is why people are unaliving themselves, because of the cyberbullying and the attacks. So we just have to be mindful. But do what you can to save some money. Even if it's like a couple dollars a week. Set aside for a savings account. Like, once you get to $100, put that into a savings account. And then start making it grow from there. That's what you have to do. That's how I started to save some of my money. I also roll my change and cash it out and put it in the savings account. And it's a good thing to do. I mean, it just really is. So I just wanted to come on here and say, yeah, I'm approving of what Trump's doing, trying to get rid of the actual known fraud, which is happening in the welfare, the EBT community, and the Section 8 community, and the Medicare community. I don't appreciate that there's people like Mama C who's living off of our dime when we are working very hard to survive. So, I feel that people can grow together and just treat each other with kindness. Like, if you see a neighbor struggling with something, just be mindful of it and try to reach out to them and try to help them. That's what I've tried to do with my neighbors next door, because I know mental illness has affected their family. The oldest son has told me that he is bipolar and he's on medication, but the younger child is not. And he's also got a traumatic brain injury from concussions when he was in college and he was playing football. So it's very serious. I treat every single person with kindness, and that's just what I can do to help out. Even when I'm at work, I put my face and a smile on every day and just let everyone know how, you can have a positive attitude and things will happen. And people are kind and they do loving things, for each other. So just be kind and caring and support one another. And if somebody is struggling, try to help them, regardless of, if you know them or not. So, thank you and have a great day.